Welcome to Gen X Files, the only podcast named that's usually about the X Files. I'm Matt Anderson, and this is a side file about me.
I'm Angel, and this is my first time meeting Matt.
I'm Dash, and Matt's a pretty good friend.
And I'm Melz, and I know Matt pretty well. And if you're listening, I want to believe you're a friend.
And tonight we're figuring out who the hell this guy even is. All right, so Matt, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I can't wait to figure out who I am.
You don't know yet?
You know what? It's been about a 45-year journey so far of trying to figure that out. So hopefully we get it all today.
Well,
Yeah,
we got the
I
first
think,
two clues now.
you
We
know-
got his name and his age.
Yeah, that could.
Okay, and
that
my
could
last
be-
four, my social. No,
Phone number.
So, yeah, you spent the last 45 years in just constant turmoil trying to just figure out what everything meant, and today you're hoping to figure it all out. And I think this podcast is a great avenue for that.
Yeah, we're here to help.
I have found that podcasting actually is a great form of self-discovery because I've said things on microphones that I never really thought that I would ever say out loud plenty of times. So yeah, we'll keep it going.
Jokes aside, that's actually very true.
And
In a
kind of
way,
profound.
It really
Yeah,
is.
well profound. So,
Yeah.
Speaking about podcasts, tell us what you do, Matt. Tell us a little bit about you have a podcast, do you not?
I do. I have, I guess technically two. So I have Does This Come in Chromium, which is a podcast about comics as much as sometimes this show is about the X-Files, which is either
Right. Yeah.
very much 100% on topic or about as far from the topic as you can get. But still exactly what... it's exactly the kind of show I like to listen to, which is more of just a conversation. Dash, you've been on it. Oh, 2 episodes. One, unfortunately, got lost probably because someone is bugging us and didn't want us to the world was not ready to learn about that weird neck nerve pinch that like unlocked secret memories or whatever that we were obsessed with from
In your
that comic.
bloodline.
In your bloodline. That's right. It was like a Vulcan nerve pinch that unlocked secrets of your bloodline. So yeah, Does This Come in Chromium? Each episode, myself and a revolving door of guests. Really, we talk about, well, we say we talk about one comic, but it never ends up being just that. I like to think it's a lot of fun. I like to think that if you don't even read comics, you could listen to it.
Yeah, for sure.
I've listened to it.
Okay, well then there we go. Test case, right? So did
I
you
don't
enjoy
read
what you?
comics.
It's not.
No, did you only listen to the one that Dash was on? Because then that was about James Bond, and you might have a little bit of an
I
unfair
listened to
advantage.
the one that Dash was on, of course, but then I also listened to the one with my memory is terrible. The writer of the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic
Ian.
Four.
Yeah. I listened to that one. Don't ask me any questions about it. I listened to
I
a
won't.
lot of podcasts. I could not remember a word, but I promise you, I did listen.
No, look, I'm not going to quiz you on my own show, on your show. That's what I'm. Probably
Yeah,
gonna
have
be
you listened
subject
to our show?
Matt,
Yeah,
I've
well,
already
it's okay.
studied.
You know what? I can do something really quick here. You know what? Do you know why my electricity in my house is so stable?
Why?
Because I had a conduit.
Oh, that's a good one.
We call that a deep cut already for your fairly new show. And then I should say, other than Does This Come in Chromium, I like to refer to myself as the cousin Oliver of the Bloody Bits horror show, mainly because I joined the show late, ran it into the ground, and now it is on a very infrequent schedule, but it still exists, and we still have a lot of fun. Dash has also been on that show.
Yes.
We talked about It Follows.
Yes,
on
one of
that
my
one.
favorite horror movies.
Yeah. So that one, that's with Eddie the Axe. Jefferson and good old Tim Yobo. Yeah. We'll drop in the sound effect in the edit dash.
I might actually try to find one. We'll see.
You could just probably ask Eddie. He'd probably send it to you. Oh, unless it's like a really weirdly copyrighted thing, but then I don't think that is.
I feel
but
like
Eddie
it's
would
just
be
too
the one
short
to
be
do
copyrighted, right?
You'd think, but
Like
who knows?
it's a one sound. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, Bloody Bits, each episode we cover a horror movie from the most, sometimes really big ones, sometimes really obscure ones that I force them to watch because that's where I find more entertainment. I don't always like to watch like the biggest ones because I feel like that stuff, people have already said everything there is to say.
Yeah,
about
they
it.
get
But you
covered,
find like the one. Yeah, you find a really weird
nobody's
little
seen
obscure one.
Christmas Craft Fair Massacre.
Right.
I don't know where you guys went, but
We went to the Phantom Zone. I was gonna say though, like, yeah, no one's seen Christmas Craft Fair Massacre.
no, not a chance. And nor really should anyone, but you could listen to the
No.
episode about it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Didn't we actually?
So yeah,
we
that's
watched it,
that.
didn't
We watched the whole movie.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, it was the last
I'm
movie we
sorry.
watched of 2025.
we? Yeah, on the last day of the year, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was
I-
like 70 minutes.
Yeah, gracefully, thank God.
70 minutes I'll never get back.
Yeah. You imagine you like your dying breath, your like life flashes before you, but it's just all Christmas Craft Fair Massacre.
I'd pray for death, I guess.
God.
So yeah, that's my podcasting stuff. I guess it would be worth mentioning that I used to do a conspiracy theory podcast.
Yeah. You're what's it called again?
It was called The Mighty Peculiar, and it's
Yes.
possibly coming back. Still kind of working on that. But I guess I was the Scully.
Yeah.
Are you an actual conspiracy theorist?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Are you actually a conspiracy theorist?
Hold on one second. You guys are completely breaking up. Am I coming through okay?
Yeah, you're coming through fine.
So,
Oh my God,
come
what was
back
the
in.
last thing that you...
Angel was asking
she was
if
asking
you're
a question.
actually a conspiracy theorist.
Am I actually a conspiracy theorist? Well, I am wearing a t-shirt that says, what matters most is I believe in myself, and it's got UFOs and Bigfoot on it.
That's perfect.
You also do have...
An alien in the background, too.
Well, that's the Mothman.
Oh,
I do
it
have
is.
the
I thought it was
Mothman,
an alien.
yeah, in the
Little
background.
thing.
And I am fascinated by conspiracy theories. Do I believe in them? No. Do I?
Some, a
So
little
I'll
bit.
put it this. Well, I'll put it this way. Like in the broad sense, like yeah, conspiracies exist. Like of course.
I do believe that.
But is it it's never the ones that people always focus on the weird one, like or not, people create conspiracies and where there are none, it almost seems like to ignore real ones, right? Like so everyone gets obsessed over the JFK stuff and it's like, well, there's nothing there to get obsessed about. But then you learn about things like Epstein and you're like, well, see, there you go. There's an actual like conspiracy, to some level, but like no one wants to focus on that one. And it's like
kind of like it's almost
and that led
easier
me to my ultimate belief about like conspiracy theorists is they actually don't want ones that can be solved. Like they always say they
Because
do,
then where's the fun in that?
because but they really want they want the journey. They don't want the destination, if that makes sense, right? Like, because that's no fun.
Yeah.
Because if you resolve something, so it's better just to sit around and like go, well, yeah, of course the moon landing was fake, and here's like 10 reasons why, and it's like, okay, but that, like, there's what's the point? But that is the point, right? Just the speculation. So that's where I stand on conspiracy theories, which is there are real things, but none of which ever ends up in like that like on Coast to Coast AM or any of those. Those are never the real ones.
Yeah. Like, I think it'd be crazy if like flat Earth was true or some shit. That'd be crazy. But that's the one that I always think about. Like that would be like, I don't think it's true at all, obviously. No. But it would be one of those ones that I would be like really fucking like crazy surprised if it was true.
Yeah.
And some people really, really, really believe it so strongly. And what were you going to say?
I was going to say kind of how you were saying that people will come up with a conspiracy so that they don't have to think about the actual true ones. Kind of like how it's easier to sandwich a truth between two lies.
Yeah. So to go back to the flat Earth thing for a second, I think this is key for me. One of my favorites is just take someone that believes in the flat Earth and take someone who believes in the hollow Earth, let them fight it out, and then we can debate whoever wins that fight. So it's basically create like a bracket system of like conspiracy theorists, let them fight amongst themselves. Because like the flat Earth and the hollow Earth, like the weirdest thing is like the people that believe the Earth is flat and the people that believe like it's hollow and there's like dinosaurs in the middle of it, they get along better than like the hollow Earth people get along with people that just believe the Earth is what the Earth is. That shouldn't make sense, right? Like those two viewpoints, flat and hollow, should be bitter rivals. But
yeah, you think.
But they both think the government's lying, and that's where the key
right?
is.
That's the important thing. That's the bond, right? So it's never really about, and that's when I feel like that kind of exposes the whole mindset, right? Like they're not really always, they may personally believe in what they're talking about, but they don't believe it. That's not what they really believe in. What they really believe in is that truth is being withheld from them, or that there's some overarching conspiracy.
Yeah. And I do like your idea of having maybe we should have a conspiracy theory kumite. Winner takes all.
I'm sorry. You broke up again there for a second, and I needed you to respond because what I heard was a conspiracy theory Koosh Ball, and I don't think that's what you said.
No, a conspiracy theory kumite.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. There we go. That makes much more sense to me because I was like, the way that the way the audio did there, I was like, did he just say conspiracy theory Koosh Ball? And what am I gonna do with that? Like,
it's a Koosh Ball.
You gotta yes and it. Come on now, Matt.
I can't yes and a Koosh Ball. Like, there's nothing I can do with that.
So, Matt, we wanted to ask you some really hard-hitting questions.
Yes. Now, seriously.
Boy.
Lock in, okay?
What's your favorite color?
What's my favorite color? It's blue.
Blue.
Just regular blue?
I mean, I'll take variations on it, sure. The blue spectrum, I guess.
What about like electric blue?
I'm the most boring of the lanterns. That's a comic book joke for you guys. I'm the non-aggressive of the lanterns. So, I don't do any fighting. I just kind of sit around and say, like, wouldn't it be better if we all got along?
Okay, that's fair.
Can't we all just get along?
Oh, man. I got a memory of that.
No. Well,
hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a comic book writer. And actually, I literally wrote my... so in 8th grade, we had to do a career report. And I did write... I wrote my career report on writing comic books, to which I got not a great grade on because the my teacher was horrible, and she was just like, that's not a real job. She's dead now, so like I couldn't actually show her that I wrote comic books and got paid for it. Yeah, I won in the end because I'm still alive. But
and 2, you did end up making money writing comic books at a certain point in your life.
It should have been based on your writing skills, not what you decided you want to be when you grow up.
It should have been.
Yeah.
So you said you're 45, so you're 9 years old.
Wait.
Old.
I'm sorry. What was that math that you just did? Wait, I'm 45, and you said
you're
what?
9.
You're 9 years old.
I'm 9.
Yeah.
Are you talking dog years? Did I miss something?
So you were confused about how you were 9 years old.
I am very confused. I want to know what this. Do you guys have like conspiratorial math? Like that's what I want to know. Like,
since I was a kid, I thought it was kind of fun to do this thing where you add your numbers together, and that's your actual age. You add them together until you get one digit, so you can only be 1 through 9. Or I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't be 0.
Well, I mean, if you added it,
no, you can't.
You can't. You can't.
You can never be
1
0.
through 9. But like, for instance, you're 45, so 4 plus. Or are you 46 now?
I'm 45. Don't do that to me.
Okay. So 4 plus 5 is 9. You're 9 years old.
And no one here is over 30.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm for that.
We're babes in the woods.
Perfect. So I wasn't even alive when this episode that we're going to talk about soon aired. Perfect.
Yeah, sure.
Was I even alive for like the reboot or not the reboot, the season 10?
You were still just sperm in your dad's ball sack.
Oh,
yeah, you would have been born at the same time as the X-Files, the season 10 was airing.
You know, I really guess we've kind of buried the lead here. I probably should explain that, and I think I mentioned this to you, Dash. Like that that season, that last what was it, like 10 episodes or something?
Yeah.
That ruined me writing the X-Files comic book.
Are you serious?
Fellow friend Eric Hutchins and I were asked to pitch an ongoing X-Files comic book for IDW. It went all the way up to Chris Carter and was basically signed off on until they decided to do that show. So I can send you the pitch. I have it. I read it a few days ago, and I thought it was actually, it was pretty good. So just for the sake of it, so IDW, the publisher, had been doing X-Files. They called it like season 10, season 11 for a little while. They had done this comic, and they wanted to keep it going, but they finally kind of wanted to, they wanted to break free from all of the, like any comic book, in the show itself. They felt like it was getting weighed down by all of its built up continuity and stuff, and it was virtually impossible to get someone new into it. And so the directive that we were given was like a total reboot.
Yeah.
To which I said, no, that's going to piss everyone off. Like if we tried to like do a series where we say none of what you know has happened before. Like I've read I know that's not as common in TV and stuff, but like in comics, that's basically a surefire way to alienate a good chunk of your audience right from the start. Yeah. And then you're really banking on that new people, like enough new people are going to come in to make up for like the existing audience you lost. And that never happened. So I said, we can't ignore the actual TV show and pretend that it never happened. But what we can do is if we treat it like in real time, and I can't remember when we wrote the pitch. It was definitely like a year before whenever that season 10, or am I correct? Was it season 10? The one that,
yeah, it was 2017.
Okay, so we wrote the pitch, I think, in about 2015.
Okay.
So that again wasn't even in or at least as far as we were told, that was not even in consideration. So basically, all that we had was the show, the 2 movies, and that was it. So I was like, well, let's just play this out in real time. So we're saying we are picking up I less from that last movie, but more just like, okay, it's been a while since we've seen these characters, so that should give us enough of a fresh start.
So it was. I was going to ask. Was it like you said? They wanted to kind of throw everything out. I was wondering if that included Mulder and Scully. They like we're going to bring in somebody new or something.
They wanted us. It was Mulder and Scully. What they wanted was just like, not a remake, but kind of, right. Like they just wanted us to go back to the idea was go back to the beginning. Yeah. But again, the directive was initially back to basics that like, they would be meeting in the first issue. And I was just like, there's no way. Like we can't do that.
So much chemistry over so many years,
Yeah.
And other comic adaptations as well.
I feel like the best way to do a comic like that would be to just throw in a story that happens midway in the universe of the X-Files, like midway in their, like say season 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
At a certain point in between episodes, there's something else that happened and here's an issue about it.
Yeah. Basically.
That would be okay. But you can't just completely rewrite. Like their meeting is like just so important and so valuable to the show, and like I wouldn't want it to be different than what it is.
How did you first come about the X-Files?
Yeah, that's one of the questions we wanted to ask for this for sure. What's your whole knowledge and experience with the X-Files? Did you watch them all when they first came out, or did you catch them later?
So no. Well, yes and no. Like, so I was 12, 13 years old when the show started, and it was definitely something I was interested in and would watch, but I was very bad at watching shows regularly, right? So like I would catch it, here and there. So I think over the years I've seen pretty much the entire thing, but it was never a week to week thing for me. Now, Eric, who I, co-wrote the pitch with, like he was the opposite, right? Like he was the kind of diehard X-Files fan. So, just so like that, but that's actually, I think what worked out in us, like when we were writing the pitch, is he came with like the deep knowledge of like what's come before. And I kind of had the fresher set of eyes where it's like, I knew a lot of general stuff, some very specifics. But I did really try and get into, just for the sake of it, was that called Dark Skies? Do you remember that? The short-lived, like,
that sounds fun.
Yeah, like the ABC, I think it was like ABC. Like basically it was one of the
3 seasons, I think.
Yeah, it was not, one, it was not good, and two, but it was like clearly a show that only exists because X-Files was such a hit.
I felt like it was kind of like they were definitely, trying to build off the X-Files audience, but I feel like the premise was kind of, what if Walking Dead but aliens?
Yeah. So I don't remember much about that, but I really tried to go like hard into that one because I felt like by that point, like again, there was no. I mean, I wasn't recording the episodes off like VHS, and there wasn't like seasons out like to get as a set. So by the time that like I was like, oh, I should really be watching the X-Files, like I was behind. Yeah. Right. So then like something like Dark Sky shows up. I'm like, okay, so this one I'm getting in on the ground floor. And then I'm like, and I hung for like five episodes. And I'm like, this is not very good.
This is not good. I remember it being kind of lackluster.
Yeah. But so that would be, and then I will say I did read a good amount of the X-Files comic book, because Charlie Adlard, the artist on most of them, I'm a huge fan of, who went on to be the Walking Dead artist. So
that's full circle. Wow.
Yeah. So it's like it's interesting because it's like I feel like I'm at both, like simultaneously I feel like very familiar with the X-Files, but also like if you sat me down and I did an episode by episode rewatch, I think I would find a lot to be completely surprised about too.
That's kind of a good place to be in, really, for the show, because like it is kind of one of those things. Like a lot of people know the macro of it, but when you really zoom in, it's like, what? This happened on this show in the '90s?
Yeah, like this is like we say at the beginning. This is our third or fourth because we don't know because we've definitely watched it 3 times, but there's several seasons that we've seen 4 times. So who knows? But like, there's still times we're watching, and I'm like, I think it's because there's so many freaking episodes.
Even this episode,
I remember this episode a little more than some for sure, but not as still stuff. I was like, oh, I don't remember that happening. Like, just completely.
Mom,
Huh?
do you have anything you want to ask Matt?
Uh-uh.
Oh,
I can't think of anything.
Well, so just for the sake of it, if you guys are at all interested, I looked up on my phone because I forwarded it to Eric the other day, just like a flashback. I found our pitch. So if you guys want to know a little bit of what we were thinking, I can share it if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Yes,
I mean, I don't know.
The scoop.
Okay. So the tagline is "The truth is unknown," and basically our premise was, and it's
one thing.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any kind of a spoiler type deal in here?
No, because nope. Because it was supposed to be a fresh start. So what I decided was the best way to do this was to change to change up their status quo, but obviously we needed Mulder and Scully together again.
Yeah.
And it's kind of impressive how much and for Melz, for like someone who watches a lot of political content, like again, this was written in 2015, and the amount of stuff that I'm seeing in here that it feels like now is crazy.
I can only imagine.
So do you want me to just do a dramatic reading? It is literally 2 pages. Do you want that on your show? This is your show.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? That actually sounds pretty good. I kind of want to hear the dramatic reading. I want voices and all.
Well, no, I mean, it's literally... it's just okay, so I'm going to pretend like, I'm pitching to a room of people that could tell me whether they want this version of the X-Files or not. And we'll pretend Eric is right next to me making just weird faces and like jerk-off motions behind me, like this guy.
As usual.
So, all right, let's see. The X-Files reboot pitch by Matt Anderson and Eric Hutchins. First draft, February 23rd, 2015. Series overview. The times have changed, the mysteries have changed, his methods have changed, but his objective remains the same. Fox Mulder is after the truth. During his tenure at the Bureau, Mulder uncovered the truth that was out there. After exhaustively tracking an elaborate trail of breadcrumbs, he ultimately discovered a sprawling conspiracy. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's maybe the only little spoiler thing. But I think you get that, like, he was uncovering something. But anyways,
for sure.
But I'll just leave that part. He uncovered a conspiracy and leave details vague. But that was a different time. Today, the truth is unknown. Something malevolent is lurking just beyond the horizon, manipulating and destroying reality itself. Mulder is certain of it. However, unlike many of the mysteries Mulder previously investigated, the events currently unfolding are not the result of plotting and scheming spanning several decades. There are no clues left behind, no pre-existing dots to connect. On the contrary, the massive mystery and its assault on reality has only just begun. No longer having access to Bureau resources, Mulder has had to enlist new allies in an investigative technique to combat this latest threat, because we had Mulder leave the... Basically, he is an independent journalist, or, he's kind of a lone gunman almost. Most notable is the algorithm, a complex mathematical formula developed to gather and collate any and all information and chatter related to the strange and paranormal. Upon scouring all avenues of media, the algorithm then makes a prediction of when and where a paranormal event is likely to occur. In theory, this predictive method would allow Mulder to conduct investigations proactively, possibly even arriving on the scene before the paranormal event occurs. And while still flawed and frequently in need of fine-tuning, the algorithm does work, which is enough to capture the attention of Mulder's former employers at the FBI. Attracted to the possible law enforcement, counterterrorism, and countless additional applications of such a system, the Bureau decides it is in their best interest to get close to Mulder again and find out everything they can about the algorithm. Knowing he would never again willingly associate himself directly with the Bureau, they enlist the help of someone from Mulder's past, someone he trusts, Dr. Dana Scully. Despite still being an active duty agent, Scully is initially hesitant to go along with the Bureau's plans. But her hesitation is short-lived when it becomes abundantly clear that the Bureau will pursue this case with or without her help. Serving ostensibly as a spy, Scully reunites with her former partner in an uneasy arrangement that finds her accompanying Mulder on his investigations all around the country in an attempt to better understand how this algorithm works. Although more than the algorithm itself, it's Mulder's unwavering belief, which in her mind runs dangerously close to zealotry, that somehow something is manipulating and changing reality itself. That intrigues Scully the most. The times are very different. The mysteries are brand new. Mulder and Scully are not the same team they used to be, but together, while struggling to become partners once again, they will be tested by challenges that will push them harder than ever before. They will come face to face with adversaries so frightening that even their worst nightmares couldn't have conjured them up. And those are a little more than a prelude because reality itself is under constant assault. And with each passing day, it gets perilously closer to breaking apart completely. For now, the truth is still out there to be found, but if Mulder and Scully can't find a way to repair the tears in reality, there will be nothing left. And the entirety of the human race will amount to nothing more than a topic skeptics and believers in the distant future will argue whether or not it ever existed.
Wow.
Basically, it was the Mandela effect. It just didn't have a name yet. Reality was being changed by people's beliefs. And there was and how do you find truth when truth doesn't exist anymore? And this is all, mind you, this is before 2016 and alternate facts and this is all before that.
Well, there's actually an episode of the X-Files in season 11 that is very close to what you're describing.
Maybe you know what's funny about that?
The lost art of forehead sweat.
There was things about, because this had to go to 20th Century Fox and Chris Carter, it's technically their property, which means
they made y'all write it, so it's still theirs technically.
Wow, that's insane. That's a great episode too.
I mean,
it's one of the good ones of that season.
I will say this: that's not the only time that's ever happened to me, because there was, and as a freelance, writer, when you're pitching on licensed properties, you kind of have to know that they can, anything you turn into them, it becomes theirs, because it's so. There's an action figure somewhere out in the world based on a Kung Fu Panda character that I created. Now, I've never seen money for that because, I got paid to write a script for a comic book. I needed to create a character, and that character was weirdly popular enough to get some interesting fan fiction written that I once unfortunately stumbled upon. I wish I could unsee.
Smut? Was it Smut?
Oh, it was. It was.
What was your character?
His name was.
No, look up that Smut, ain't you?
It was. So the character was like, it's Kung Fu Panda. So there was a gazelle that was a better chef. It was almost like a single white female, the panda, trying to replace him.
Okay. Wow.
And so someone wrote a it was 20 pages. I couldn't read it all because I was just it was basically the gazelle banging the tiger for 20 pages, which is a weird.
The power dynamic switch between the tiger and the gazelle. Usually the tiger would,
Yeah, but then there was an animated series for Kung Fu Panda, on Nickelodeon, and that character showed up.
What you're saying is they were trying to create a Geiger.
Oh my goodness!
Speaking of which,
Liger.
in the episode we're about to cover, there is a Geiger counter. I was trying to find a decent place to wrap it up because I don't want to go too long before we get into
we do.
I'm sorry for
finish this for this one.
Okay.
And our lock in for the important questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh yeah, what's your favorite movie?
Halloween.
Halloween 1.
Yeah,
The original?
the original.
My favorite horror movie.
Awesome. Halloween is I love pretty much the entire Halloween series, good and bad, but yeah, the first Halloween is absolutely my favorite.
One time
I would give a slight runner up to the original Night of the Living Dead. But
Okay.
like I think
I'm
Halloween.
more Dawn of the Dead, man. I love Dawn of the Dead. The original.
Oh, so do I.
Writer.
Yeah.
That one. But we have a funny story. I won't get into details, but my mom had a medical event while we were watching Halloween, and it was much scarier than the movie. But
Well, I mean,
we had to put it on pause, and she had to go to the hospital.
An ambulance came, and then I had to go to the hospital.
oh,
Michael
you're just
Myers
like,
got to her.
Yeah,
I was gonna
me.
say. You're just like, I shot her 6 times, and they're like, no, you didn't.
My mom. Where's she at now? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you've listened this far, then you are now friends with us and Matt.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
Woohoo!
And we will see you next time. We made this.